This week, Joe and Kathy install a high-performance exhaust system, find a DIY solution for LS swaps, give a diesel more power, and check out a great solution for small shops. Next on Performance TV, presented by Top Coat.
Thanks for joining us for another edition of Performance TV presented by Top Coat. You know, automakers are tweaking and changing their models all the time, kind of like what we have with our 2019 Chevrolet Silverado. Now, for many years, the Silverado was only available with the 5.3 motor when you were going with the gas, but now you can get the 6.2. And if you're one of those lucky folks that have that, well, you're also lucky because Borla has put together all three of their sound levels for the 6.2 motor. Starting right off, if you want to go aggressive with the Attack, which is their acoustically tuned applied kinetics, which is kind of like having an equalizer for your car. Or if you want to go with the S-Type, which is mildly aggressive, or like what we're going to do here today with the Touring system from Borla, which is kind of like a mild growl. Now, whether you go with the Attack or the S-Type or the Touring, you're going to have the 304 stainless steel, but you're also going to have some choices when it comes to the tips. And what we're going to put on today would be the carbon fiber tips from Borla. And what do you say I get over here and help Joe get this on?
Let's get it on with the install. Kathy, I'm excited. Borla, they're so nice.
You know what? And just like I'd mentioned earlier, all of the Borla systems are made out of the 304 stainless. So you're not going to worry about rusting or anything like that. Once you put this on, which we are using the factory clamp, and we're just going to snug this one.
Snug it up.
Don't worry about rusting and everything like that, you know, because Borla does have a 1,000,000-mile warranty.
I love the fact that it's relatively simple to put in place, so someone at home can do it themselves, step by step, link by link, moving from the forward towards the rear of the vehicle.
I'm not going to tighten this up all the way, but just enough to give us something to work with.
There you go. And then let's put it in the factory hanger. Next up, the muffler.
All right, I'm going to come down here.
Sure.
Hand this to you.
Thank you very much.
See if I can slide the
And there it is.
clamp there. You got that?
Now you want to grab that piece and hand it to me, or you want to take the, I will grab this. You got that?
Yep.
I got this. Oh man, we are moving out. And just like this,
Just tip that over.
slide it up. You can already see how much nicer it is than the factory system. Just the stainless steel, of course, is a better deal.
And I noticed when you took the factory system off, Joe, you were smart enough to go ahead and lube up the hangers.
Oh, well, thank you for noticing my smartness. I do. Every once in a while, I can pull a rabbit out of the hat.
All right.
There
That
we
over
go.
there. You want to slide that hanger over there?
Yep.
We got it?
There we are.
Okay, now we're going to go through and pretty much leave all of this.
Make sure everything is in position. And I think the next step is to do a little bit of snugging.
Yep, just a little bit of snugging. We don't want to tighten any of this up just yet because once we get it all in, we're going to need to make some adjustments on the way the tips are after we get the tails on.
Just add a little rigidity to our project so that we can work on the tips.
All right, Joe, we're up and over the axle. Now it's time to put the tails on. Remember, you want to put your clamps on first before you get started. And the nice thing is, Borla has used all the factory hanging points. So we're going to slide this right in. Joe, if you can help me.
Absolutely.
Get that attached.
It really is. It's like, kind of reminds me of my erector set childhood when you just kind of slip these things together.
There we go.
And there you have it. So that clamp is in position. We will tighten it up momentarily.
Yep, I'm going to go ahead and just get it up there so we can get it started, and you can go ahead and get working on your side.
Thank you very much. Works for me. And again, they have it fitted so perfectly. It's pretty crazy that it goes together so easily.
Yep.
So that one is up. Grab this guy. Hook him through here.
You need some help over on your side?
I do not.
Okay.
I do not need any help. I am set.
And some different tips to choose from. And of course, this person chose to go with the carbon fiber tips. That's going to fill up the cutouts on this 19 Silverado really, really nice. And Joe, you'll notice that there are different clamps that Borless applies because these are going to marry up just like we started off in the front. It's going to seal everything up nice. So what we're going to do is we're going to go through, we're going to kind of snug everything down, make sure we're all fitted right. We got good clearance, finger clearance everywhere, and then we can get it down and fire this puppy up. Hey, we're going to have more Performance TV right after this, presented by Topcoat.
The United States produced 12 million motor vehicles in 2018, second in the world. The U.S. ranks 6th in passenger car production. But when it comes to commercial vehicles, the United States produces twice as many as any other country. All told, the U.S. makes just over 13% of all cars and trucks in the world. Still to come, the best engine for your DIY LS swap. Keep it right here. Performance TV, presented by Topcoat, is brought to you by RockAuto.com. All the parts your car will ever need. RVS Performance, an industry leader in performance parts and ECU tuning for most side-by-sides and ATVs. NH Oil Undercoating, the official oil-based rust prevention system. Smetting Diesel, performance turbochargers made in the USA. And by Topcoat, advanced coating solutions through innovation and technology.
Welcome back to Performance TV, presented by Topcoat. Classic cars, current cars, everybody wants modern drivelines. And the engine swap supply folks are in the house to tell us how we can get modern driveline in any car. How do you guys handle this?
So basically, you can go on our website or you can call us directly, and what we offer is the latest and greatest from General Motors, Ford, and even Mopar. And it's just a matter of giving us a call and we ship everything to your door.
All right, so let's face it, these manufacturers have done a lot of work in drivability, but big power. You can get something right from the factory that is smoother than ever before, that also makes 300, 500, endless horsepower. You guys make it easy to do DIY in your driveway. How does that all happen?
Correct. So like we sell everything. So from mounts, from engine mounts to cross members, fuel systems, headers, everything ships to your door. You can get it into your car, in your driveway on the weekend. There's nothing to figure out. The harnesses are already figured out for you. It's plug and play. As long as you have basic tools and a couple friends, it's no problem.
Plug and play. Now we've got an engine right here. What is this out of?
So this is out of a 2019 Escalade. It's a L86 6.2 backed by a 10-speed transmission.
So let's talk about a potential project for that. Let's say I've got a 1978 Pontiac Trans Am and I want to be able to drive it anywhere, do anything, and have great power. Can you make that fit?
Absolutely. So like I said, it's just engine mounts and cross members. Once you have that, it's just a matter of putting it in like you took your original motor out. And then we also offer exhaust, so you don't have to figure out, you don't have to take it to exhaust shop afterwards. Like I said, bolt on, plug and play, you're ready to go.
Well, that actually sounds very fun, and the way modern engines and drivelines all work, like you said, a 10-speed transmission, that sounds like something I would really want.
Yeah, so the biggest benefit between the newer drivetrains, besides it being fuel injected, is the new transmissions. The new 8-speed and the new 10-speed, they all drive smooth until you put your foot down and you just want to get down the road.
All right, I notice we've got some high performance parts as well. So this is, I guess, an add-on. You get the engine and you might want to add on some power.
Correct, so the engine is just the start of it. You can get a stock engine or we can build you an engine to your specs. So whether you just want a cam swap, ported heads, or you want a full-blown 454. We can do that, and then we also have add-ons like the billet intake manifold, our catch cans, and then, like I said, exhaust. Here's one of our mufflers here.
Now, what engines are available? This is out of an Escalade, but what do you carry?
So we have them out of the Silverados, Sierras, Camaros, Corvettes, and then, like I said, Mopar, so Challengers, Mustangs, just about any high-performance American engine you can think of.
Engine swap supply, one-stop shop, engine, transmission, high-performance park. They make it easy. What's better than that? Check out their website.
Time now for the lowdown with Magic Creeper.
The Magic Creeper is such a versatile tool. And Joe, you know, you actually have a few options when it comes to the Magic Creeper. You can just get it itself.
Just the Creeper?
Yes, or you could get the bag to go with it, or you could get the Magic Creeper, the bag, and all of the goodies inside. But what's really cool about the Magic Creeper is all the neat things it does.
Absolutely. It is a multi-purpose tool, and more than anything else, I hear about the Magic Creeper. Like, is that thing as good as you guys say it is? And it absolutely is, because it's lightweight, it's easy to store in your vehicle when you're out on the trails or wherever. You bust it out. Of course, if you want to use it as a creeper, it gives you that extra ground clearance. You can slide over gravel, or maybe even in a wet spot, you can make your way under the vehicle.
Because the thing is, once you sit on the Magic Creeper, you are going to stay in that same spot. The Magic Creeper is what moves, so you don't have to worry about getting dirty or whatever. And you know, hey, if you have one, not just when we're out on the trail like this, but having one in your everyday vehicle, if you need to pull over to the side of the road, or you need to check the air in your tires, whatever, Joe, you're going to stay clean.
Absolutely. Just a cushion, something to sit on, some way to move a heavy object or two. Magic Creeper does it all. And for something that is designed to be a creeper, we have found so many different uses for it.
Absolutely. And you want to make sure that you keep it rolled up. Keep the straps around the outside, because it's going to work the best that way, not just all folded up. That way, you can roll it right underneath whatever you need to get under. Make sure to sit on the edge, slide forward a little bit, and then, as you can see, Joe stays in the same spot, in the same material area on the creeper. He stays clean, which is really cool. And the Magic Creeper is very easy to clean. It's puncture resistant. Like Joe mentioned, hey, it only weighs like 3 pounds, so this thing has got so many cool uses. Get the original Magic Creeper by going to their website at magiccreeper.com.
In the 1990s, electronics became ubiquitous in new cars. And because of that, manufacturers made big leaps when it came to safety. For instance, Volvo introduced the side impact airbag in 1994. 2 years later, Kia rolled out the first airbag for the knee area. Advancements in electronics also made traction control possible. And in 1995, Mercedes-Benz and Bosch came up with electronic stability control. Performance TV is rolling right along. And up next, something for the diesel fans out there. It's all coming up after Performance TV takes a short break. Performance TV coming from Borla Commerce Park.
And we're back with more Performance TV. Diesel trucks, they already come from the factory, you know, torquey as they are, but how about a little more horsepower and a little more torque without messing too much with the computer? And that's why we have Eric here with us from Stealth Performance Products. Eric, before we get into what we're going to do today, you have a pretty interesting backstory on how all of this got started.
Right, yeah. My wife and I, we were looking for a way to provide for our daughter and have our own business, and we came from the other side of the thing, where we were actually a diesel enthusiast. And when we set out with this, we knew we wanted to travel, we knew we wanted to provide customers with the service they deserve.
Well, I'll tell you what, this is a little unique product that you have here, because we're not going to be actually plugging in to the computer, making any changes that way. Tell us how it works.
Yeah, that's correct. These plug in line. Instead of actually, like most tuners, they'll go in through the OBD2 port and they'll reflash the computer. As soon as you do that, there's an obvious footprint left behind. You could turn it back to stock all you want. The dealer will always know. Something like this, it doesn't actually make any changes to the computer, and it's its own standalone that goes after the computer.
All right, well, we have a Duramax here today, but you also have your product for if you have the Cummins or the Power Stroke. What are we looking at average-wise when it comes to horsepower and torque?
Well, the big thing is most people are concerned about those dyno figures, wide open throttle gains. What we're looking at is being able to roll into the throttle and have the power right there when you need it.
All right, and they're also very easy to install. What do you say? We come on over here.
Yeah, let's do it.
And get it installed. You know, and something else that I find pretty cool about this, Eric, we worry a lot about EGTs when it comes to diesel trucks.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, and so that's the thing is with the stock emissions and everything intact, with the majority of tuners, they're increasing fuel volume. So when that happens, it raises exhaust gas temperatures, and you have to run gauges, and you have to remove everything, and you have to get it free of flowing, where our module is more designed where instead of increasing volume, it just uses what you already have and delivers it more efficiently. So you don't have to run gauges, you can leave it completely stock, and you don't have to worry about harming your engine.
So what you are doing is we're not plugging into the computer, this is an inline.
Correct, it's manipulating a signal underneath the hood. So that means as soon as you remove it it's completely back to stock. I mean, you could literally smash this thing with a hammer while it's running, and you couldn't cause any harm if it tried.
Okay.
You just unplug it, you're right back to stock.
Okay, so what's our next step?
So I plugged in the harness right there. On this one, it's really easy, just like the other applications. And so you take this and you run it over, and then you can take the switch, and it's long enough where you could run it up into the cab. But,
Okay.
you know, like I said, it's designed to be removed easily before service. So what I do, and most people do, is just leave it bundled up under the hood right next to the module. And it's a very simple selector switch: stock, low, medium, and high.
Okay, awesome. Well, I tell you what, let's go ahead and finish putting that. We're just going to go ahead and leave it in here on this particular
Oh,
truck,
yeah.
but I want to take it for a test drive. Well, Eric, I tell you what, I haven't driven a dually in a little while, but the last time I had a Chevy Duramax, we were pulling our trailer, it didn't feel like this.
Yeah, these really make it go from like a 2-stroke power band to now feel like a 4-stroke.
I'll tell you what, you know, with it a lot better with the low end and the mid-range and feeling the throttle, we're not going to have to worry about the EGTs, but yet we're still going to be gaining some horsepower and some torque.
Yeah, exactly. That's what it's all about.
And I've even heard that some people get some extra fuel mileage.
Yeah, the majority of customers do report, say, 2 to 3 miles to the gallon. Obviously, that depends on your driving style.
Yeah, because if you're keeping your foot in it, you know, it's going to make a big difference. Find out more about what they have to offer for your truck, whether it's the Duramax, the Cummins, or the Power Stroke at stealthperformance.com. We'll have more Performance TV right after this.
Americans own over 275 million cars. And by far, California has the most of any state at over 15 million. Texas is second with 8.2 million. And New York ranks third. But what state comes in last in the number of registered cars? It's actually the largest state in the union. Alaska has just over 183,000 registered vehicles. When Performance TV comes back, if you're short on shop space or if you need a clean room to do some painting, you're in luck. Performance TV has one solution for several age-old problems. You're locked in on Performance TV. Performance TV, presented by Topcoat, is brought to you by Stage 8 Fasteners, home of the world's best locking header bolt. Locking kits now available for all turbo applications. Go to stage8.com. Custom Auto Sound, the originator of classic car OEM fit radios since 1977. Clear lids, giving you the open feeling while driving your Jeep with full protection. AT Hotbox from Rebel Heart, cook and drive, leave the cold meals at home. And by Magic Creeper, the most versatile creeper ever.
Now, we know all the hot rodders and car guys and girls out there love flexibility, the opportunity to move around. And Tom is back from Mobile Environmental Solutions. They've got exactly that for us, a little flexibility. Now, we know the big booth, we usually see it. These are smaller.
Exactly. Normally we bring in our 23 by 15 to do the show. That's the most popular size, something you can put a short bed crew cab truck in or almost any size car. Today we brought our 10 by 10 and then our 12 by 12.
They are both functioning paint booths.
Absolutely.
Moving air, so you can be in there, whether you be painting something large in your large booth. This is maybe something a little smaller, engine blocks, maybe just a part, a piece, a fender. It'll work for you.
Absolutely. Like for an example, the 10 by 10 here has 72 air exchanges an hour. I mean, it's moving a ton of air through there.
Wow. But that word flexibility comes up again because not everybody is painting. Sometimes you need just a clean space, and all of a sudden this affords that opportunity. A clean space, maybe in a dirty shop.
Exactly. Can you imagine being a small-time custom shop, an engine builder, somebody that kind of crosses over, but you don't want to turn around and build a big expensive engine and you turn around when you're doing welding and all your other mechanical and fab work. You can turn around, set this up, takes less than 5 minutes, assemble your engine, then when you're done and you got everything cleaned up, pull your engine out, drop the booth up, put it in a corner, and it's no larger than a large duffel bag.
Wow, very cool. And roll your parts carts in there, seal yourself in. Now, everything that is going on around you, whether it be sparks, whether it be dust, you could even be outside, and you have got a clean room.
Absolutely. And it filters all the air that comes inside it.
Wow, that is spectacular. Now, it looks like it'd be very easy to move around, and that's part of the point.
That's the neat thing about it is it plugs into a standard 110, and it folds up, and you just turn around and roll it up into a bag.
Wow, now who are some of the people that are choosing the smaller option? Most people want to upsize. This is downsizing. Who's doing it?
We got guys that are doing alloy wheel repair, guys that are just doing parts. Guys, we have a customer that builds snowmobile parts. He fabs snowmobile parts. He uses one of these. We've got airbrush studios that's using them. We've got, your do-it-yourselfers, your crafts. People that don't want to trash the rest of their shop or their garage and still have a clean room to be able to paint and have a show quality paint job coming out.
Now I can imagine this fitting perfectly in like one of those large steel buildings, and instead of building a clean room and going through all the expense, time, effort, permits, just buy one of these, you've got your clean room.
Set up, plug it in, and you're ready to go to work in less than 10 minutes.
Most importantly, when you're done with it, you can put it away.
And that's a sweet secret sauce of the whole booth. You turn around, you fold them up, you put them up, and you can store it in your corner. That way that 300-400 square feet that this booth ties up when it's set up, you got it back to generate other income or use it for something else.
Now, transporting it, I'm stuck on that because I think it's so cool. This looks like it might fit in a checked bag on a plane.
That's all it is, just a big folded up bag that comes in. It's got handles to strap it down, and it's nothing but a big sleeping bag. That's how much space it takes.
Think about that. You jump on a plane, you go visit your buddy, you build an engine, you head home, and you're doing it in an environment that is clean. And anybody that builds engines knows that is vital.
Absolutely. Nobody wants to turn around and explain why an engine just blew up because they built it in a dirty environment.
Isn't that the truth? I certainly don't want that here on Performance TV. Now, 10 by 10, 12 by 12, what are some of the differences other than size? Like, why would you choose the slightly larger one?
It depends on what you're painting. Like the manufacturing companies or the companies that are using a pallet jack, they like to go with the 12 by 12 because they can put two pallets in there side by side. Somebody with the 10 by 10, that's going to be a little bit tighter area that doesn't need to put two pallets in there side by side.
Well, it's definitely very cool, and I love the idea of building an engine and all the various ideas, and I'm sure your customers have gotten very creative with how they're going to want to use it. It's not just automotive industry as well, though. I know you've told us in the past that the people who are purchasing these booths range all facets of automotive, military, aerospace.
We've got the military using them to paint Apache helicopters in. We've got window tinters using them to do bulletproof window tinting in. We've got ceramic coatings using them as clean rooms to apply their ceramic coatings. I mean, the uses are just unlimited.
I think that I like the engine shop, though. The mobile engine shop sounds good to a drag racer like me. And then you can always use it as a paint booth as well. It seems like there's no one use for any one of these booths.
Absolutely.
Well, I got to tell you, I love it. I want me one, and eventually I think I'm going to have to do it. Mobile Environmental Solutions have got it figured out. If you're going to build an engine, you want to be clean, this is the place. Hey, if you've got a product that you think will stand up to the Performance TV garage, you email Jeff at masterstv.com. So stick around. We'll see you next week on Performance TV, presented by Top Coat.